Yeah, dude. He's ginormous. Will be #1, correct. Tyler Lockett. Lockett.
With the beautiful Puget Sound just to our west, you
yeah.
Introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks between the
Real life
Jaguars
with Tyler Lockett,
and the Seattle Seahawks.
DK Metcalf.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
On our team, Josh Gordon was 3. Yeah, I ain't got no clue on that part.
Off of play action, Darnold. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Trey Boston. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory.
Switch my offensive playbook.
On the ground, this is Leonard Fournette.
I gotta figure it out.
Touchdown,
I gotta learn how to put a new playbook. Everybody knows.
Leonard Fournette with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Oh, it's Saints. Okay.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Not the start that they were hoping for. The interception on the first play of the game. It leads to 6 points the other way. How do you rebound? Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Yannick Ngakoue has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
And
a 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Miles Jack.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. It put their defense in a really tough spot.
55, Mike, 55.
Madden's realist.
Fournette, a first down carry. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Out of the gun, Trubisky. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26.
I don't watch that.
Give him 8 yards on the carry, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
I got actual cable.
And the lead moves to 10-zip. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces them to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this
Come
is where
on,
you have
Jonathan.
to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
On 2nd down now. It's Taylor, and not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Here's Darnold. He's going to float this one deep right side. And almost picked off.
Fuck.
I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down.
Well, it certainly appears that they're going to try and keep getting
CJ Hamler,
his
98.
Direction. Unfortunately, haven't completed one yet.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure they're going to shy away from him. They feel like they've got something there, and they want to capitalize on it.
I think you're right. We're only in the first quarter, so a lot of opportunities ahead. Able to slither by. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They're looking sharp, out early to a 10-zip lead and looking for more as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. This running game is so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead him to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
They'll throw on 1st down with Trubisky. And a quick throw here, that's complete. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. The loss of 3 on that 1st down pass play, now 2nd and 13. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. 3rd and 15 here after the 1st and 2nd down plays went in the wrong direction. From the shotgun is Trubisky. He's able to find Wallace. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a 1st down.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now.
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off.
Oh, no. Fuck that.
On 1st down, Taylor. And he's going to take this across midfield into Jacksonville territory. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. 8 yards the tally on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 2.
Wide receiver core.
Here's Darnold.
Correct.
That's complete to Disley, the tight end. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop
I got one of the most
The catch and run
games.
pays off to the tune of 35 yards. 10-0 to score after 1
I only use
on
2
EA Sports.
Really. Everybody's hands go up.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now it's Darnold. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Now Darnold. And they're going to get him. He's
I love the fact that I just have no offensive line. You go draft an offensive line,
him for his 11th sack of the year.
Enough to start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
No, now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
3rd and long, it's Darnold going for it all. And this is going to
Really,
be
DK?
intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead. On second down, here's Fournette. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across
Doesn't
the
matter if I blitz up the fucking middle.
The Jags picking up the first down there, gain of 12.
Fucking bullshit ass game.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Now left side on the swing
Fuck out of
pass.
here, bro.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a first down as well.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got
right there, fucking read
because
it.
so many
Still
parts
don't
come
like it.
together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Fournette. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7.
Offensive lineman to get up to the second level.
On 3rd down, Fournette. And he will have a first down as they get into the ground
Why the
at
fuck?
37.
Swear to
Call
God.
it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
Well, someone's been having a
Fuck,
good
I'm
game
fixing
so
to leave
far.
every
And you know
fucking
something? A
week.
lot has been
I'm
power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards.
I'm just done playing this shit.
Now it's Trubisky. Quick hitter
It's the
here,
same shit every
complete.
time I fucking play.
And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
Fucking fed up with this. I really, honestly, low-key contemplated even coming back, to be honest.
Now
Offense
Leonard
line.
Fournette, and he is going to be stopped cold
I really thought
behind
about
the
just
line of
saying,
scrimmage. Officially, it
running
will
shit.
go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Not doing anything.
No
I'll eat
surprise
6
there.
and die
Jadeveon
anyways.
Clowney with a tackle for loss.
Ain't no damn point
We all
running.
know how he became one of the most famous players.
I'm
in
not
football,
refilling
don't we?
That one play.
Yeah, that one big-time play was on highlights everywhere. They want to see more of that here in the NFL.
Call that a loss of 7 to bring up 4th. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half, 10-0 our score. Coming up at the half, a reminder we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Powers through.
Oh, my God.
A 41-yard punt, 9 on the return. And it'll be Seahawk football as they take over deep in their own territory. They'll run on first down. It's Taylor. And able to find a little space. He gets us up over the 15 to the 16. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. On 2nd down, it's Taylor. And from the 15, they're able to work this up to the 20 for a pickup of a handful. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
And got his man complete. The 20, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. DK Metcalf. An 80-yard touchdown. as they are now on the board here in the first half. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed, and a lot of football, full half to be played. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you got the lead. It's definitely the thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are on the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
Check four.
61, matchbox, lights.
On 2nd and 7, Trubisky. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left.
Should have been a user pick. Like I baited you into it intentionally.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. This time they stay on the ground.
Oh, my.
He finds an opening past the 40, and he takes it all the way up to the 47. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. So good run by Fournette. Now another 1st and 10. Final play of the half. It's Trubisky. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. They'll run it now out of the gun. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach.
Who's that, Tyler Wallace?
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They'll run it again with Fournette. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. A 14-yard first down pickup for the Jaguars.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy.
Everybody
at
else
this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
We can.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs. Inspirational speech. Who knows? It looks like they're ready to go.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time. Forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
Here's Trubisky to throw. He's going to go for a big play down into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the former Husky, Marcus Peters. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
They go to the ground again with Taylor. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but yeah, from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long.
God damn. Talk about fucking frustration.
Hey, exit.
Watch the run.
Throwing here on 3rd down. Darnold going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception.
Good job, DK Metcalf.
Picked off down near the 5.
Well, I tell you, Brandon, this ball's intercepted, but it is 3rd down. So the silver lining is that since this is so far down the field and there wasn't a big run back associated with it, really this kind of works like a punt. It's not an altogether bad result.
And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Again, it's Fournette. And he'll take this one up to about the 13.
I don't know what the fuck.
It'll be a gain of 7, and they get it back to a 3rd and 3. With that last effort, he topples the 5,000-yard mark for his career.
And that doesn't place you among the absolute greats that have ever played the game.
Fix the fucking real problem.
It's a significant achievement and a very, very solid career.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation,
we got to relearn everything.
Sure this guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And no return on this one as that kicks out of bounds, so they'll start just outside of their own 30-yard line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. The opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. The shotgun snap for Darnold. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And now here is another interception.
He's
picked off at the 12. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the
doesn't matter how
back.
fucking physical I put him.
Jaguars
still
come
not
to the line to start their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
His carries tonight, they're getting up there, so maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it to him and go play action. But other times you say, okay, they got him on that one. We'll come back to him in another
I love
carry.
how you can get that,
row,
and you know, you can move around when I try to do the
Just give
bullshit.
a lot of credit to the offensive
My
line.
running
They've
back
been able to move the
was
ball
better than
really well
Fournette.
on the ground the entire game. And
It doesn't
that
like
wasn't a huge one. That's okay. They'll
Jonathan
take them in
Taylor.
short, steady bursts.
Now Trubisky to throw. The open man is Shark. It's complete. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
Now Fournette. And they will only lost her a yard here to the 38.
If I lose this game by 3 points, I'm going to be the most pissed off person in the fucking world.
And this should be the final play.
Because I've lost every game since I've been back on. Every one of them.
1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
A lot. I've had my fucking face smashed in every fucking game I've been back.
A shotgun give to Fournette. And that one goes for about 6 as he's taken down just shy of the 45. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
They'll toss it to Fournette.
Get it! Oh my fucking God.
And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first. They get the first. The decision to run on 3rd and medium winds up being a good one.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
I don't play this game enough anymore. I don't care to play this game.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
It's going to be some fluke-ass nigga shit, and I'm done. Fucking done with Madden. They don't want to fix their game.
Now they'll throw it with Trubisky. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 22-yard line. Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10. This is Fournette. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario,
now mine is.
Tell you what they're looking for.
Are you fucking kidding me? Oh, so.
What you talk about? Space out your mind. But can you rock it like rockets, fool? That's a close encounter of what kind? When it was time to
You've got to be fucking kidding me.
Sick with the talk, pass to your receiver. All about running the spot. And you know we got breath control, so no need to take a breather. Cardio kingpin, subjugate the dub play. And you know we can't wait. Ring spin,
Started out with you lagging, then me, and then it just exited. I don't know. Fuck, EA servers are trash. EA is trash. Period. Like point blank. Period. Oh, give a fuck at this point. They don't want to invest in their game to fix the problems that they have, and I have a problem with that. I've been so happy just playing my Nintendo Switch.
Then jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go.
I play 2K. I play Fortnite because that's the only battle royale on there right now, and I don't like it. I play 2K, Fortnite, Diablo 3, which is a game that I'm really invested in. A lot.
First time I tried it, I fucking got first place. I was like, holy shit.
Thank you, Coach. We are in the Pacific Northwest as we get set for football at CenturyLink Field here in Seattle. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Seattle Seahawks. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line.
Do you want me to give you your 3 points?
Now Trubisky on first down. He'll set up the screen to Fournette. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards on the game's first play and a quick first down. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Throwing here, Trubisky. Looking for his running back, and he's got him.
Man-to-man coverage,
and they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. Jacksonville first down on a pickup of 17.
Played him zone.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Charles, Thursday night game, you think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So, as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for? Who are the
and what
freshest
pisses me off
guys
is I got
coming
the
off
2
of the
fastest
last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
I have Lorenzo Carter and Shaquille Griffin. And they're faster than Devin Bush. Both of them have a 97 speed.
They keep it with Fournette on first down. And he'll be tackled at the 23
they can't get
after
around
a gain of 3.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface.
Like
you see the pellets go.
There he goes, right side. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Leonard Fournette with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Jaguars drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. Extra point tacked on by Lambo.
No, it never does. I'm so fucking done with this nigger game.
Touchdown. He'll kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Like legitimately. They didn't have to. They broke it.
On first down, Darnold. He gets this into the hands of Taylor. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
Darnold will throw it on 3rd and 1. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Are you fucking kidding me?
The start of this game shaping up nicely on that visiting sideline.
Yeah, how about that? You get your points on the opening drive. Then you get a big sack there on 3rd down, and you make the home crowd go.
There's a hush indeed. This is taken at the 18.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10.
Yeah, but ETN.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They have to be thrilled with that first drive. They got him the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Credit the sack to Shaquem Griffin.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
You know, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz called and you still cover the screen, now that allows your blitzers to get there. One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
On 3rd down, Trubisky. And connecting here with DJ Shark. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. They'll get 11, but still a little short. 4th down. On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines.
Why would
Out
you
of
not
bounds
give it
and
to
close.
him?
The question, was it a touchback? No. They'll say it crossed out at the 2-yard line.
Give it to Hamler.
Excellent
Let him do his
placement.
thing.
And off that bounce, Charles, I didn't know where it was going to go. It can be an inexact science as to where they place it, but they say the 2-yard line.
Yeah, I don't know how they really determined that. And let's face it, at the end of that play, one side's going to be happy, the other team's going to be unhappy. So, what do they do, shorten the hypotenuse? I mean, how do they figure that out? You know that stuff. You're the smart guy.
Oh, that's you, partner. Pretty solid run here on 1st down. Almost picked up another first, but he appears to be a few inches short. So not quite out of danger just yet. Still backed up a bit, but only need a few inches here on 2nd down. Back to throw, Darnold. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. They get 17 on that one. Move the chains. 1st down, Seahawks. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. They'll run with Taylor. He works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
Fucking attribute.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
After 7-0 on EA Sports.
Side. 44, Mike, 44. Rip left.
On 2nd down now, it's Taylor. He takes us from the 30 to the 34.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
I don't like the way this looks.
From the gun on 3rd down, here's Darnold. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that
what
one,
is your corner
the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it.
No, the one
that's
sitting there
dagger
guarding
route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete.
He has a dumbass release.
Position game here is a very nice punt. Is
and a
dumbass.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong?
This game is
back
so
and forth
unlogical.
like that. That definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
Throws the pitch to the right side.
They begin with a run by Fournette. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 10, right around the 9-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands.
As soon as I saw him pull up for a
creates a
hitch,
lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Trubisky will throw. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. So this punt sails out of bounds across midfield. Now the question, they're going to spot it right at the 40, the 40-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
From the 45 on 2nd down, Darnold, he'll rifle this one deep right side. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The free safety, Trey Boston, there to knock it away.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield, but that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
There he goes, left side. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. DK Metcalf, his 11th touchdown of the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Myers connects on the PAT, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Devontae Smith, DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency. Move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12. Out of the gun, Trubisky. And that will be incomplete. Shaquille Griffin knocking it away that time in coverage. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front. Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down. Well, the defensive guys won't be real happy because there won't be a sack on this play because he did get back to the line of scrimmage. But what a job they did overall. Hemmed him in and gave him nowhere to go with the football. To throw again on 2nd down. Darnold. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. It's caught inside the 25. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. A big play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Seahawks have taken the lead. Extra point up and through by Myers. And that makes the score 14-7. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
We'll piss this lead away after this.
This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they get this game tied up.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Trubisky. DJ Chark, the intended target, and that'll make it 3rd down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. They do get 12, but they'll be marked short. And that leads to a 4th down.
Come on, Osa, put it in Hamlet's hands.
Mark in the second quarter, 14-7. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Fielded at the 20. Can't ask for much more than that. A 50-yard punt followed by a loss on the return. And it'll be Seahawk football 1st and 10.
Straight out of bounds.
Darnold on 1st down. And he's got his man on the out route. It's a gain of 12, 1st down Seahawks. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So you got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
Darnold. And a quick throw here that's complete.
Get the but when I try it.
He'll lose yards back to the 29. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
Darnold now to throw. And he's going to lose a yard or 2. Taken down behind the line. Telvin Smith able to record his 5th sack of the season. So 1st and 2nd down went the wrong direction. They'll try to do better here on 3rd and 13. Darnold from the gun.
Go, Darnold.
Under pressure again, and
I know you're not that slow.
The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. And he gets it away, and it's a laser headed for the sidelines. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
On 2nd and 11 now. Trubisky got his man there. It's Wallace complete. A 14-yard first down pickup for the Jaguars.
What I love about watching the passing game nowadays is that the one-dimensional receiver is really starting to leave the game. You've got to be able to do it all. Of course, you've got to run fast. Of course, you've got to catch the ball. A route running sack.
The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Tedrick Thompson picks it. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman.
6:30. turning into an old man.
The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line.
Shit, bye-bye. Okay, wait.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. Looking to throw on second down. Darnold going for... Oh, he tries to get it to Metcalf, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Trey Boston. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. They'll run it now out of the gun. They'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3.
That motherfucker right there.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
They'll try and run forward with Fournette. And Fournette trying to power his way forward, but I don't think he got there. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was
sure you know what you 3 points.
That one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
So a good kick there. They put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time.
And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And he brings this one back. A fumble return for a Jacksonville score.
Yep.
So problems here on special teams, and it results in the scoop and the score.
They talk all the time on special teams about keeping your head on a self-with. On that play,
when does Madden 21 release?
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
After the sack on first down, Darnold will find Metcalf. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. That one good for 26 and a first down. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
The fucking lead.
It's a gain of 15, first down Seahawks. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a first and 10.
Lead
to 40. They run with Taylor. And they
get the fuck out of here.
The 38.
tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him,
you've got to be utterly fucking kidding me.
Explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
They'll keep it on the ground. Taylor looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up in a 3rd and 9 situation. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked by Ronnie Harrison. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Oh, my God.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Call that a very strong gain of 24. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little
Where
bit
the
unsettled.
fuck is my safety?
And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Leonard Fournette with his 14th touchdown of the year, 2nd of the game. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away.
Nigger.
This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah,
nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Oh, man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far.
They're not going to let me do it on.
It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
To try again after the sack. Darnold, he's going to loft one deep left side here. This is caught inside the 15. A big play that time for the Seahawks. 65 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. And this carry, despite the good move, will be stopped short of the 10. They had the huge play last time. Here it is a much smaller gain of 2.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Darnold. And that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
Why would you not
Meanwhile,
stop? Like you see the white line, you stupid motherfucker.
But it's incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available.
And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked by Ronnie Harrison. He's got the lane, and there he goes. Past the 20. And it's a tremendous return as they finally get him at about the 10-yard line.
This was almost what I've heard referred to as a pick 12.
Pick 12, explain.
Well, you're talking about the 6 that they were trying to get.
Because they were so close to the end zone.
And now the 6 going the other direction. So when you take a look at teams on the march, they're in the red zone. Then after the interception, and it took a touchdown-saving tackle to keep them from going all the way.
Fournette. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. A 10-yard touchdown run. And the Jags take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in.
Did I not?
They will run it. It's Fournette. And he will get into the end zone again. And he seems to have a nose for it as he gets both the touchdown and the two-point conversion. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
See, it pisses me off because y'all can get those fucking tackles. But if I try to get those split tackles, oh, I'm missing them every fucking time. It's
coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off at the 16.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
He's got a first down and more past the 30. Through an opening, and there he goes.
Play it in goal line, and you still get the fucking rush.
Jaguars. Leonard Fournette, 84 yards. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. You talk about the dominating rushing performances that you and I have seen together. This has got to be right up there. His 4th touchdown run of the game and another long one to boot.
And I don't need to ask for a witness because you're right here with me. We are watching this, and we're watching such a performance that is demoralizing for anyone on defense. You know, it starts out coaches screaming, tackle him, get it. And after that last touchdown, I bet it's pure silence on that side of the ball.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
Same thing with Call of Duty.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. They'll keep it on the ground. Taylor. They give him about 4 on the play, but he's marked short, so it'll be 3rd and about the length of the football. The offense on 3rd down today, they've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. Taylor, and he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
I don't get those.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
But no reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. To throw is Darnold. They'll run the screen with Carson. And this
Why do they have Chris
pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Go. And my goodness, another interception.
Picked
off down at the 2. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They'll run with Fournette.
Wow.
Well, Fournette loses it. It's out. And they bring this one back. It's a fumble recovery and a Seattle touchdown.
Interesting.
So hold the phone here, Charles. I'd kind of written them off, but after that touchdown, it's certainly a long way still to go, but stranger things have happened.
Well, when you're going to have big second-half comebacks, plays like that have to be involved.
The defense more than did its job. Now the offense is summoned onto the field as they'll go for 2. Here's Darnold. He's got it. So they convert the 2. That keeps their slim hopes alive as we're back to a 2-score game. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the Jaguars are going to cover this one up. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Toss running left, Fournette.
Doesn't seem to be too hard for you to get.
They get 11 back on that one.
Blitz that way, still don't get
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
The Jaguars on 3rd down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. On the run, it's Fournette. He's got a first down and much more inside the 20. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Leonard Fournette, 35 yards. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. So they went to the ground game.
So used in this situation to having a pass block. All right, you're looking at what it is, 3rd down. They don't care that it's 3rd and whatever. They figure they're going to throw the ball. And when you call running play, I think you energize them. I think you juice them up because I haven't met offensive linemen yet that like to pass block more than they like to run block. And they opened up some nice holes there for him, and he took it to the house.
No, I had a chance.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Going for the deep ball. This is caught inside the 15. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. A big play there. With his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Seahawks are able to close the gap just a bit. So here's Darnold now as he'll lead his guys up to go for 2. Here's Darnold. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Should have been picked. Probably doesn't matter on a 2-point conversion, but still, as a former DB, you want to grab that ball when you can, don't you?
You certainly do, and don't say it, because I know you're thinking it. Don't say it.
What am I thinking?
You know I know what you're thinking. Well, if he'd had hands, he'd be playing on offense, right?
That's true. You've said that before. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
I know he ain't got it. Check 26, check 26.
Running left, it's Fournette. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line.
I've come to the
yards
determination
and a
outside
first.
runs, there's not a goddamn thing you can do.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
Apparently.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking
I've
good as
just
they
played
come up
cover
1st and 10. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up
3-4,
at the line of
5-5,
scrimmage.
fucking 5-2.
No gain on the play there.
Nickel,
2nd
dime,
down.
goddamn quarter.
Officially nothing on
Just
that
ain't nothing
last
I'm gonna
run.
be able
They'll
to
try
do
again,
this game.
2nd and 10.
I guess this game was just built for
Nearly picked.
because my
And maybe lucky there.
with a 96
This guy
catch
doesn't drop many defensively. 3rd down.
I know in every game we do, we talk about momentum. That was a momentum play lost.
Bro, dude,
and now there could be a letdown because it didn't get the interception.
Yeah, you could almost hear the collective gasp on the sideline as he could not come up with that football. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd. Finally, defensively, they have a little clip to show positive for actually stopping him running the football.
It's been a really long night for them, hasn't it? So they got a little bit of a win there, but let's face it, the vision that he's had running the football has carried his feet to the open spaces and to big yardage all night long.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Josh Allen has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. That's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a...
And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Now a final chance to stop it here as a timeout comes in with 10 seconds left in the game. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it.
Cut. 44. Check. I'm here all day. Fofo's the mic. Mike's Fofo. Let's get that.
They snap it. They're going for it. Here's Darnold. Oh, that is going to be a safety. Well, this defense has been smothering all game long. Why not give them 2 more points here in the closing minutes?
Well, they've certainly earned it. They've gotten the better of this offensive line for 4 quarters. And this sack here will just be a little icing on the cake.